For weeks, she claimed his driveway as if it were hers by law, until he dialed the tow company twice. What followed was a collapse so loud the whole block couldn't look away. Sam Torres was a steady guy, had to be. At 42, he wrangled high schoolers daily in Tampa, Florida, teaching history to teens more glued to screens than textbooks. His routine was sacred, his home a quiet retreat, a simple, tidy haven. His place was a single-story stucco house, lawn clipped short, driveway snug for his sedan and rare guests. It wasn't fancy, but it was his, a spot to decompress, mark essays, and catch a game undisturbed. That is, until Carla Jennings decided his driveway was her personal lot. It began subtly. The first time Sam spotted her blue Acura MDX parked there, he chalked it up to a mix-up. Maybe her visitors needed space. He shrugged it off. But then it kept happening. Carla always had an excuse. She'd dash inside, just for a sec, or was unloading groceries. She'd toss him a quick smirk, a lazy flick of her polished fingers, like that settled it. Sam didn't love it, but he wasn't one for petty fights. That changed when he rolled in after a draining day, starving and beat, only to see her Acura smack in his spot again. No one around. He sighed, marched to her door. Carla opened it, her face a smug mask of fake confusion. "Sam, what's up?" she cooed, voice thick with mockery. He jerked his head toward his driveway. "Your car's in my space again." She blinked, playing dumb. "Oh, that? I had a package drop-off. The truck needed room." She grinned, like that was that. "You don't care, right?" "I do," Sam said evenly. "Stop parking there." He kept his cool firm. Carla huffed, all theatrical. "We're neighbors, Sam. It's not like I'm some random squatter." She snorted, eyes rolling. "You're seriously mad over a car there for, what, 10 minutes? "It's not 10 minutes, it's constant," Sam shot back, arms folding. "Cut it out." She laughed, sharp and dismissive. Fine, don't lose it. I'll move it." She did once. But the next few weeks? Same old story. Her car kept showing up like clockwork. If he left a note, it vanished. If he knocked, she was out. One night, after a brutal day wrangling teens, Sam pulled up to find not just her Acura but a sleek red Mustang too. Some stranger's ride hogging his driveway. That was it. He parked on the curb, snapped a photo, and pounded on Carla's door. She cracked it open, oozing boredom. "Sam," she drawled, like he was the nuisance. "Whose car is that?" he demanded, pointing. "Oh, my buddy's," she chirped, airy as ever. "We had a little hangout. You weren't here, so I figured it was fine." "It's not fine," Sam snapped, patience fraying. "This is my house, not a free lot." She cocked her head, smirking like he was overreacting. "You could have said something sooner." Sam's jaw tightened. "I'm saying it now. Move it." She sighed, dramatic, and disappeared to call her friend. 10 minutes passed. 15. At 20, Sam was over it. He stormed home, flopped on his couch, and Googled a towing service. This was just the start. Sam wasn't a drama guy. He lived low-key, gave folks leeway, kept to himself. But Carla Jennings had pushed too far. Next morning, he left for work early, but not before phoning the HOA. He didn't expect miracles. HOAs loved kissing up to clout chasers like Carla. But he tried anyway. Predictable response. "Sir, unless there's damage, we don't step into neighbor spats," the tired clerk droned. "Have you talked to her?" Sam sighed. "Non-stop. We'll send a polite email, but that's it." A polite email, real tough stuff. Sam hung up, unbothered. If the HOA wouldn't act, he'd handle it solo. Before work, he taped a note to her windshield in thick black marker. "Keep out of my driveway." Firm, clear, no nonsense. That evening, he rolled in, note gone, her Acura back, parked crooked like she was taunting him. Sam parked on the street, staring, fury bubbling. She wasn't even pretending anymore. He stomped to her door, banged hard. It took ages, but she answered, wine in hand, looking cozy like he'd crashed her spa night. "Sam," she purred, stretching his name. "What now?" "Move your damn car," he said, voice tight but steady. She sipped her wine, slow and deliberate. "Oh, that? Meant to message you. Figured you're always on the street anyway." Sam's hands clenched. "I mind, Carla. It's my property." She barked a laugh, head shaking. "Sam, really? It's a driveway. Chill out." He stepped closer, calm but firm. "I've asked you a dozen times. You ignore me. Stop." She twirled her glass, smirking. "Fine, I'll move it." Then, under her breath, she mumbled something snide. Sam spun back. "What was that?" "Nothing," she lied, all innocence. "No, you said something." Carla grinned, smug. Just don't see why some folks freak over tiny things. That entitlement, that dripping arrogance, it lit a fire in him. Sam said nothing, just walked home, pulled out his phone, and saved the tow company's number. That night, grading papers, her attitude replayed in his head. She wouldn't quit. He was done being Mr. Nice Guy. Next time she parked there, Sam didn't knock or nag. He called the tow truck. It was a Friday, end of a grueling week. He pulled up, bone-tired, and there sat her Acura, bold as ever. Anger fueled him. He parked down the block, dialed the tow service, and said, "Get this car out of here." They rolled up in 15 minutes flat. The driver hopped out, sized it up, nodded. "Your driveway?" "Yep," Sam said, ready. "Got proof you own it?" Sam handed over his deed, prepared this time. "Good enough," the driver grunted, hooking up Carla's SUV. In minutes, it was airborne, wheels dangling. Sam watched, arms crossed, a grim satisfaction settling in. What would she do? Yell, "Call the cops," play dumb? He didn't wait long. An hour later, as he kicked back, bam, 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 his door rattled. Carla was pissed, and he was about to find out how much. He took his sweet time getting up, stretching, letting her stew. When he opened the door, there she stood, sweats, messy bun, phone in a death grip, fuming. "Where's my car?" she snarled. Sam leaned on the frame. "Oh, the one trespassing in my driveway? Towed." Her eyes bugged out. "You what?" "You heard me," he said, cool as ice. "Kept parking there. I fixed it." She laughed, wild and unhinged, fury boiling over. "You'll regret this," she hissed. "Do you know who I am? I run the HOA. I've got pull, Sam." He blinked slow. "Congrats. It's at Gulf Coast, towing on Pine Street. Night." He shut the door in her face. She didn't leave, raged outside for 10 minutes, yelling threats, dialing cops. When they showed, they barely cared. "You towed it from your property?" one asked. "Yep," Sam said, showing the deed. "His right," they told her. "Pay the fee." Carla's face went scarlet, priceless. Sam figured one tow would teach her. Nope. She got worse. Little jabs at first, notes on his door in loud purple ink. "Good neighbors share, Sam." Trash. Then HOA letters piled up. His porch light was too bright, his car too old. By the third, he laughed. She was desperate. Then she called security. One night, watering his grass, a patrol SUV screeched up, lights blazing, all for him. A beefy guard climbed out, belt jingling. "You live here?" Sam nodded, wary. "Yeah, why?" "Got a call, suspicious guy lurking." Sam exhaled, glancing over. Carla stood on her porch, arms crossed, fake concerned. He smirked at the guard. "So watering my yard's a crime now?" The guy shifted, awkward. "Look, Sam cut in. "I know who called. Tell her to get a life." The guard shrugged, left. Carla grinned, like she'd scored a point. Sam wasn't playing her game. He marched to her porch. "Carla," he said, voice flat. She batted her lashes. "Oh, Sam, is something wrong?" "Saw security. Hope it's okay." He stared her down. "You know why they came?" She gasped, mock offended. "Me? I'm just keeping our block safe." He leaned in. "You're full of it. Knock it off." She wanted him to snap, to give her ammo. He wouldn't. This wasn't over, not by a long shot. Sam thought one tow would end it. Wrong. Carla turned petty into an art form. She hit him with HOA nonsense, his sidewalk cracked, his shrubs unkempt. For letters in a week. He admired her stamina, almost. Then security calls ramped up. One evening, he was grilling out back when headlights flashed, another patrol. Same drill. Suspicious activity. Sam groaned. She was relentless, but he was ready to flip the script hard. Next day, he caught her at it again. Her Acura sprawled across his driveway, no shame. Sam didn't blink. He called the tow crew, watched them haul it off, and braced for her meltdown. She didn't disappoint, banged on his door, screeching. "You're a jerk, Sam." He sipped his coffee, unfazed. "You parked there. I towed it." She vowed revenge, but he knew the neighborhood was watching. Her rain was cracking. That night, Sam was hosing his plants when a security SUV rolled up again, lights spinning. A stocky officer stepped out, adjusting his cap. "You the homeowner?" Sam sighed. "Yeah, what now?" "Call about a shady character." Sam glanced, Carla on her porch, playing innocent. He gave the cop a flat look. "Watering my flowers is shady?" The guy coughed, uneasy. "Just doing my job, sir." Sam shook his head, done with her stunts. "Save it," Sam cut in. "I know who's behind this. Tell her to find something better to do." The officer sighed, tipped his hat, and trudged off. Carla smirked from her perch, victorious. Sam wasn't biting. He stormed over, stopping short of her steps. "Carla," he said low and sharp. She blinked, all fake sweetness. "Oh, Sam, trouble again? Hope it's nothing bad." He glared. "You called them. Stop this crap." She clutched her chest, mock hurt. "Rude, Sam. I'm just a worried neighbor." She wanted him to blow up, give her leverage. He wouldn't. Instead, he grinned, cool, deliberate. "I'm through with your games, Carla. You've had your fun. Now watch what happens when I hit back." Her smug mask slipped, just for a second. She should have been nervous. Next time she parked in his driveway, he'd make it sting, and she'd feel it. A week later, Sam rolled in from the gym, humming, only to freeze. Carla's Acura sat bold in his driveway, blocking his garage. His sister's family was due for a barbecue, perfect timing. He sat in his car, staring, then dialed. "Hey, Sam Torres here," he said, voice steady. "Need a tow?" "Same spot as before." The dispatcher laughed. "Same car. You know it. 15 minutes. Done." This was going to be good. Sam hauled lawn chairs from his trunk, plopped on his porch, and waited, arms crossed. The tow truck roared up, quick, no fuss. The driver hopped out, gloves on. "Round 2, huh?" Sam nodded toward the Acura. "Yep." The guy chuckled. "Some folks don't quit." He hooked it up fast. Carla burst out mid-lift, shrieking, "Stop. What the hell?" Sam sipped his water, calm as ever, watching her SUV dangle like a prize. She charged him, fists clenched. "You towed it again?" He shrugged. "You parked there again." Her voice hit a pitch that could crack glass. "I had people over, no street spots." "Not my issue," Sam said, lounging back. She growled, livid. "You're so petty, Sam." "I'd have moved it." He smirked. "You always say that, yet here we are." Her face went beet red, a volcano ready to blow, and he just watched. "You don't get it," she spat. "I've got pull, I'll bury you." Sam laughed outright. "Carla, look around. Your car's gone." She spun. The Acura was rolling away. She screamed, a banshee wail echoing down the street. "You'll pay." He stood, brushing off his shorts. "No, Carla, you will." He walked inside as his family pulled up, their laughter drowning out her tantrum. She was alone, fuming, plotting. That second tow should have settled it. Nope. Carla craved payback, and she wanted an audience. By Monday, she'd spun the narrative. An HOA email blasted the block about unneighborly escalations, vague but pointed, painting Sam as the bad guy. Then came flyers, glossy, taped to mailboxes. "Is this our community?" Towing instead of talking. Sam ripped one off his own, snorting. She'd gone full cartoon villain over a driveway. It was almost sad. But her plan flopped. Nobody bought the act. Tuesday, Sam's phone buzzed, neighbors, co-workers, even HOA outliers. "She's nuts, man. She fined me for my dog barking once. I'll chip in for the next tow." He grinned. Carla's years of nitpicking, fake fines, power plays had worn thin. Her public meltdown was the tipping point. People weren't just ignoring her, they were done. She'd overplayed her hand, and the block saw through it. The HOA meeting sealed it. Sam usually skipped them, but not this time. He strolled in, sat opposite Carla, who wouldn't meet his eye. After dull budget chatter, a bored guy coughed. "We've got a complaint, misuse of private property." Carla perked up, ready to play victim. "It's against Carla Jennings," he continued. Sam smirked. Her head whipped around. "What?" A gray-haired bored lady sighed. "Carla, we've got reports. You're out of line." "This is insane." Carla snapped. "He's the problem." The lady didn't flinch. "Multiple residents say you've abused security calls, sent fake HOA notices, targeted people." Carla gaped. "You're siding with him?" "We're siding with the rules," the lady said. Carla scanned the room for allies, nothing. Her grip was gone. Sam leaned back, watching her squirm. She'd ruled this place like a tyrant, but her crown was slipping, and the fall was just starting. For years, Carla had lorded over the neighborhood, HOA her scepter, bending bylaws to her whims. Now her power crumbled, and she panicked. 2 days post-meeting, Sam pulled in and noticed his recycling bins gone. Not spilled, not shifted, vanished. He scoped the street, then spotted them behind Carla's place, lined up neat. He laughed. Emails, flyers, security calls, and now this? Stealing bins? She'd hit rock bottom, and he wasn't letting it slide. Sam snapped pics, strolled to her door, and knocked. Silence. He hammered again. She cracked it open, no smirk, no sass, just worn out. "Why are my bins in your yard?" he asked, holding up his phone. She folded her arms. "No idea what you mean." He chuckled. "Got proof, Carla." Don't bother. She glared, mute. You're done, he said, calm. No fines, no calls, no wins. Just you losing. Her eyes flickered, defeated. You've spent months screwing with me, Sam went on, steady. Now look, you're the wreck. She swallowed, lips tight, then slammed the door. Sam grinned, her first wise move in ages. Next day, he filed an HOA complaint. Harassment, fake calls, theft. Neighbors backed him. Her rap sheet was long. By week's end, the board acted. Carla Jennings was ousted from her HOA throne. Her reign was toast, and Sam savored every second of it. Best part? She never parked in his driveway again. No words, no sneers, no petty jabs about his hedges. Carla dodged him like a ghost, and Sam loved it. For the first time in forever, he pulled in free and clear. No cars, no notes, no fines. Peace. The block buzzed, though. Her crash was folklore now, the queen dethroned, exposed. People swapped tales. She fined me for my kid's chalk art. She's a bully. 10 years here, she never lifted a finger for us. Sam got it then. She'd been a plague way before him. He just lit the fuse. The neighborhood rallied, tired of her reign. Karma wasn't finished, either. Months later, a for sale sign stabbed her lawn. She was bolting, humiliated, some said, friendless, others guessed. Sam didn't care. The day her trucks peeled out, he stood on his porch, breathing easy. Victory. Carla never grasped it, thought she could shove people around forever, smug and untouchable. She banked on no pushback, figured her HOA clout made her invincible. Wrong. She picked Sam, and he didn't bend. When he stood tall, the block noticed, and her empire caved. Some folks only learn when they're stripped bare. Carla did, the hard way. Sam won, not just the driveway, but the quiet that came with her gone for good. The street settled after she left. No more flyers, no security vans at dusk. Sam's life slid back to normal, teaching, grading, barbecues with his sister's crew. Neighbors waved more, chatted longer. Carla's exit unshackled them. One guy admitted, she fined me $50 for a birdhouse. Another laughed, she called my grill smoke a nuisance. Sam nodded, they'd all endured her. He'd just been the match, they'd been the fuel. Funny thing, Sam never set out to be a hero. At 42, he just wanted his damn driveway. But Carla's arrogance turned it into a war, and he finished it. She'd strutted like a peacock, now she slunk off, tail gone. The lesson stuck, push too hard, and someone pushes back harder. Sam's stand woke the block up, and Carla's fall proved it. Bullies don't last when the quiet ones roar. Months on, the saga lingered in local lore. Remember that driveway lady? Kids asked at school. Sam smirked, grading papers, hearing it through the grapevine. His house felt like his again, no battles, no trespassers. He'd fought for that calm, earned it. Carla's old place sold quick. New folks moved in, friendly, normal. The street exhaled, free of her shadow. Sam's win wasn't loud, but it echoed deep. She'd thought she could steamroll forever, selfish, slick, cruel, because no one dared call her bluff. Most let her slide, scared or lazy. Not Sam. He took the hit, held his ground, and when he swung back, the whole game flipped. Carla's collapse wasn't just his triumph, it was everyone's. Push the wrong soul, and the world watches you burn. Sam proved it. If you like this tale, stick around, more's coming. Sam Torres, a 42-year-old history teacher from Tampa, never wanted war, just his 20-foot driveway, a hard-earned slice of peace after corralling teens all day. But Carla Jennings, with her smug smirks and blue Acura MDX, turned it into a battlefield, parking there like she owned the deed. She mocked his pleas, wielded her HOA crown like a scepter, and unleashed flyers, glossy cries of victimhood taped to every mailbox within a half-mile radius. Sam didn't flinch. He called tow trucks twice, watched her SUV vanish down Pine Street, and grinned as her empire crumbled. Neighbors texting, "I'll split the $150 tow fee." Her reign ended in a screeching HOA ousting, a for sale sign stabbing her lawn 6 months later. The lesson? Push a quiet man too far, and he'll bury you under your own arrogance. In America, where yards are sacred and patience has limits, Sam proved entitlement doesn't win. You don't mess with someone's 1,200 square foot sanctuary and expect to walk away unscathed. Carla learned the hard way. Underestimate the steady, and you'll be the one packing a U-Haul, tail between your legs. Ever had a neighbor like Carla, pushing your buttons until you snapped like Sam? What's your wildest driveway drama or petty revenge tale? Drop it below. I'm dying to hear. Hit that like if you'd tow her Acura too, comment your story, and subscribe for more epic showdowns. My channel's packed with lessons on standing your ground. Join the crew, and let's unpack life's craziness together.